According to extreme Hebrew Israelite doctrine, the white race was spawned by Esau, the twin brother of Jacob. The white man descends from a race of red, hairy beings called Edomites, better known as the sons of the wicked. They are evil, and at the top of a long and strange list, the black Hebrew Israelites considers enemies. Equally suspect are fraudulent Jews, Asians, abortionists, continental Africans, homosexuals, and oddly, black women.
Frida also mentioned about black women not being in order, and that they need to get themselves straightened out in order. That's a heavy doctrine within the Israelite community, that the black woman is evil, she's wicked, she doesn't respect her man, she's not subject to her husband, and she needs to be straightened out.
You are the man's possession. That is what you must get through your head.
So that is the typical Israelite rhetoric, that this world is nothing, without the Israelites, without Jesus Christ, the world is void. The black woman is evil, she needs to get herself together, and that the world is coming to an end.
Peter preaches an imminent and bloody demise for whites and all other enemies at the hands of a vengeful return of Christ.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Harakah Kodash. Is Makazah from Trinidad Camp. Just want to do the edification for the elect's sake. Now, this little video that I just watched, showing you that the truth going out there. The truth going out. But some would have the truth, vilified, where they will speak evil of the truth. Alright? But for however you want to pray, the truth is going out. Alright? But so watching this video, what they actually try to do, they try to make the truth look as though is an occultic ritual, or whatever the case is. Because that is what they said. They call it a cult. Which the word cult, just go back to the Latin cultus, which means worship. Alright? Because what they said that we are against homosexuality, we are against abortions, we are against the so-called white man, which is Esau according to the Bible, and we are against the other nations, which all these things according to the scriptures. The black woman, she out of order, which basically all women out of order, but just Judah is the worst. They all out of order. And all these nations, according to the scriptures, they're going into slavery underneath us. Now if you check that Jake that was talking, guess what? He had a big issue about, we say that the black woman out of order and she need to be put in her rightful place. Guess what? He need to take it out with the Most High, because the Most High was the one who said the haughty, the daughter of Zion are haughty. He was the one that said, wife be in subjection to your own husband. Did not the scripture say in 1 Corinthians 7 that the wife is under the law of her husband as long as her husband liveth? Whereas Ezra said, give water no liberty, neither a wicked woman liberty to God abroad. So yeah, the woman's supposed to be in subjection to the husband. But guess what? The so-called white man, he changed things up and put a woman over a man. And these men out here, they being menginous. So that is why they have a problem with the truth when we come out and preach it. And really and truly, this is nothing new, because this was something that happened during the time of Yahweh Shai, where it had divisions because of the word. Alright, so I just want to go into the scriptures real quick. This is John chapter 7 verse 11. Then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. For some said, he is a good man, and others said, nay, but he deceived the people. So even back then it showed that, guess what? It had separations and divisions because of the word. Some will speak good about the word, some will speak ill about the word. Alright? So you can't escape that. And really and truly, this is actually to build brothers' faith up, that when you see these things come to pass, know that this is the same thing that Yahweh Shai and our Nawa went through. So we ain't gonna escape it. The scripture rightfully said the disciple is not greater than his Lord. This is Psalms 120 verse 7. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. So yeah, when we speak of peace, because the Lord sent us out there for your good. to show Israel their transgression. Alright? To show Israel the transgression. That is why the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, sent us out there for your good, because the Lord had compassion upon his people. But Israel, they don't want reproof. So therefore they have a problem with the words that we say. Alright? This is Psalms 109 verse 5. It says, and they have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. Yeah, because the other day it had a big issue with us in Port of Spain, where, you know, we correcting the people, and then it had a big uproar with these women, these dragons out here, because they don't want to be corrected. The scripture said they hate him that rebuke at the gate. They don't want rebuke. They wanted us continue to do the wickedness which they love doing. Alright? And that is why the Most High gonna destroy 2/3 of Israel. Alright? They hate, the scripture said they hate the Most High. Alright? That is who they actually hate. They hate the Most High. Because all we do is come out and preach the word that the Most High gave us to preach. Alright? This is John chapter 15 verse 18. It says, if the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. Alright? So they not only hate us, they hate Yahweh Shai, and evidently they hate the Most High Yahweh. Because Moses said, what is your murmuring? You're murmuring not against us, but against the Most High. So when you do videos like this, thinking that you actually putting the truth in a bad light, you actually putting the truth in a good light. Because my sheep hear my voice. And when we see this, we're supposed to rejoice to say, hey, we being vilified, we being spoken evil of for the Lord Yahweh Shai's sake. So this is just proof that we in the truth. This is just proof. Alright? This is Galatians chapter 4 verse 16. It says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because I tell you it's wickedness for a woman to throw away her seed? Alright? It's wickedness for a man to lie with another man? No, you seen this thing going rampant right now with these sex dolls. Guess what? You're a fucking woman. Why you want to push your prick in an inanimate object? Then it have little girls sex toys. This kingdom's sick. This kingdom needs to be destroyed. The scripture says, isn't thy sin infinite? Thy sins have reached up unto heaven. And that is why the Most High gonna destroy Babylon, alright, aka America. The Most High gonna destroy with thermonuclear destruction. Just like the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of wickedness. Alright? When you look at the nations in the east, these men over in the east, they have control over their women. They have them in subjection. Until the so-called white man goes over there and spread his philosophy. And then these women, they want to feel like they could do whatever they feel like. They want to rule over their men. They want to divorce their husbands. They want to do whatever they feel like. Because the so-called white man telling them they're supposed to have, basically, to be liberated. But the Lord said, rise up, you women that are at ease. Because in the time of Jacob's trouble, guess what? Esau ain't gonna be there to help you. And the same man that he was bucking up against, being proud against, that is the same man you're gonna run back to. Because you're gonna realize that you couldn't stand on your own. So just like Beyonce said, all the women who independent, guess what? I gonna be singing that song in all your ears too. All the women who independent, get the fuck out of here. Don't come to me. Don't step to me in that day. Just like you was being proud in the green tree, be proud in the dry tree also. Don't step to me when you see that the Lord bless me with food and water and you are saying eat for 2 weeks. Alright? Don't step to me. Because we're correcting you so that in that day, the Most High judgment will pass from you. But guess what? You don't want good. You want evil. So continue doing the evil. Alright? Continue doing the evil and reap evil from the Most High. Alright, so have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? We only out here for your good. That is the only reason we out here. We out here for your good. Alright? This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 5. It says, hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. So we, the man of the Lord who pushing this word in sincerity and truth, trembling at the Lord's word. All right? But 2/3 of Israel, they ain't trembling. They ain't trembling because guess what? They don't fear the Most High. So when the Lord say destruction coming, and we out there preaching destruction coming, they're gonna say, nah, this gonna come in our great grandchildren days. And probably our great grandchildren gonna see great grandchildren, and that day ain't gonna come yet. But as the Lord said, Ezekiel 12:25, in your days, Ezekiel 39 and I believe it's 6, it says, this is the time. All right, these are the days, and the Most High gonna destroy you because you don't want to take heed unto His word, but you rather to talk shit about the truth, make the truth look like it's something wicked. But guess what? It was all set up that way. Like this guy from not GMS, Avenger for Yahweh Shai. Now you have all sorts of things to say about GMS. But what about doing the works? What about edifying the elect? All you do is GMS this, Apostle Tahar this, Apostle Gabar this, Apostle Rukar this, Apostle Ramlab this. What about teaching? What about edifying? You don't edify. All your videos is just speaking about GMS, like a bitch that had a bad breakup and she just feels she had to tarnish her ex reputation. That is all you do, like a bitch. Just do the works. Just do the works. Alright, all you people that's bent on making the truth look bad, well, just do the work. Guess what? You can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Alright? So when you think you're doing evil, you're actually doing good because you're fulfilling scriptures also. Because the scriptures said that they're going to be scoffers and mockers in the last days. So that is even more proof to us that we are in them days. This is Isaiah 66 verse 5. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahweh be glorified. So yeah, they think that they're doing us bad, and thinking that they're doing the Lord's work, pursuing to John 16, when they cast us out of the synagogues and kill us. They think they're doing the Lord's work. But here what the Lord said, it says, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Alright? Wisdom of Solomon 5. It says, we fools. Alright? You people are going to be ashamed in that day, because they didn't take heed unto the word of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright? Because all we out here to do is actually to teach you how to live. Alright? This is Malachi chapter 2 verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the Lord at his mouth, for he is the minister of Yahweh of hosts. So you're supposed to be seeking the law, not turning your ears from it, not stopping your ears. But you people choose to live according to how the so-called white man prescribed to live. Women ruling over men, children being monsters, men being manginas, putting on skirts, having sex with sex toys, having sex with animals, with men. You rather to do this and say, YOLO, we only live once, or only God could judge me. But guess what? The Most High gonna judge. Yahweh Shai gonna judge. And he ain't gonna like it. Your ass gonna be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright? This is Ezekiel chapter 44 verse 23. It says, and they shall teach my people the difference between holy and profane, and cause them to discern between the unclean and clean. And that is all we're doing, showing you what not to do and what to do. But you rather do evil in the sight of the Lord. These were 2/3 of Israel rather to do wickedness in the sight of the Lord. Alright? This is Ezekiel chapter 40, Jeremiah chapter 44 verse 16. It says, as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee. Alright, so still we ain't gonna hearken unto you. We rather just continue doing what we're doing. It says, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing going forth out of our mouth, or out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour drink offering unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty victuals, and were well, and we saw no evil. So just like this guy that doing the videos talking about I left GMS, and you should too. One of the things that caught my attention, he said that when he left GMS, almost instantly he got a good job and he got to go back to college, wherever the case is. So you was one of them Jake back then saying, hey, when I was in GMS, I wasn't seeing my way, I was only seeing hardship. But then the scripture said tribulation gonna come. Didn't John say, brothers in tribulation? Didn't Job say, hate not the chastising of the Lord? So you rather to go back in the world to worship other gods, because hey, you can't worship the Most High in the world being outside the truth. So therefore you worshiping other gods where you could prosper. Alright? Because why? Because of tribulation. Tribulation, because of the word, is why men falling off. Now the Passover coming up, you're gonna see more men falling off. Alright? Now, as I said, videos like this is not for brothers to back away from the truth, but to actually push hard in the truth. Because now we see that, guess what? This is what the Lord was telling us about. So we're supposed to rejoice. The scripture said that the apostles, let me get it real quick. This is Acts chapter 5, verse 40. And to him they agreed, and when they called the apostles and beaten them, and commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahweh and let them go, guess what? Police might come up against us. They might deem us as terrorists, because we say in America gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. And we actually chanted that song during the midst of a nuclear alarm. While the country is preparing for nuclear war, we actually say now America gonna be destroyed by nuclear destruction. And to the people of the world, that is treason. But to us and to the Most High, we prophesying against kingdoms about their downfall. Thus say the Lord, Jeremiah 28:8. So yeah, they might lock us up, they might behead us, wherever the case is, but guess what? That is not for brothers to turn from the truth. Alright? Going on, it says, verse 41, and they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. So they suffered shame for the name of Yahweh Shai, and they rejoiced. So we're supposed to rejoice when we see videos like this. We're supposed to rejoice when people talk, say shit about us, say that we in cults, or we womanize, or we hate women, or we hate gays, or whatever the case is. Yeah, we do hate gays, and we do hate the attitude of the black woman. Alright? We do. We hate 2/3 of our people. Alright? Because they're wicked as hell. The Most High said he hate them. The scripture said they have evil face. Very evil. And cannot be eaten. Alright? Going on. This is 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 4. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword and famine and death and destruction. And you know why the Most High bringing this? To cleanse the earth. Alright? Because you people don't want to listen to the prophet, that the Most High might turn his wrath against you. Alright? So the Most High said, alright, well, since they don't want to listen, then I'm going to bring that destruction upon them. Because I sent my prophets aforetime for them to turn from the wicked ways, but they don't want to. Alright? So the Lord going to send that destruction to destroy the wicked. Alright? This is Ezekiel 33 verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his wicked way and live. And that is the only reason we out there, to turn you from your wicked way that you may live. Alright? Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will you die, O house of Israel? But 2/3 of Israel, they just want to continue in their wickedness. And they turn their ears at the Most High. The scripture said, turn ye at my reproof, not turn away. This is Micah chapter 1 verse 3. For behold, Yahweh cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth, and the mountains shall be molten under him, and the valley shall be cleft as wax before the fire, and as waters that are poured down a steep place. For the transgression of Jacob is all this, and for the sins of the house of Israel is and for the sins of the house of Israel. So the Most High said the destruction coming is because of your sin. Alright? It's because of your sin. Alright? Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and going back to verse 6. It says, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So there's the time of your destruction. So since you don't want to listen to the words of the Most High gonna send destruction upon you. This is Isaiah chapter 24. Isaiah chapter 24 verse 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Because these people, they don't see a problem with abortions. They find that if a woman make a child and she find that, hey, it humbug in her career, wherever the case is, or education, she should just abort that child because it's just a fetus. It's just a fetus. Alright? It's not like you met the baby. You didn't hold the baby. So if you abort it, it's not like you're gonna miss nothing. Guess what? There's a part of you just destroyed. And that is first degree murder. The scripture says, thou shalt not murder. Leviticus 20:13. A man shall not have sex with another man. The scripture said a woman is supposed to be obedient unto her husband. Genesis 3:16. Alright? So who are you to say that when we preaching, we off? Jeremiah 30:16. It says, all our adversaries, all of them shall go into captivity. Who are you to say that we wrong? You need to take it up with the Most High. Because what we're reading is, thus said the Lord. What Bible are you reading from? Alright? Isaiah 24 verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Yeah, you broke the everlasting covenant. Alright? You change up the laws. Alright? So the Most High gonna set everything in order when he comes back. And that is what we're waiting upon. When the Most High come to destroy the wicked and establish the foundations of the earth. Alright? In righteousness. And there's the last precept here. This is Luke chapter 6 verse 22. It says, blessed are ye when men shall separate you and when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. And they casting out our name for evil, because they saying the black Hebrew Israelite, and even the actor, the guy that was acting like a Hebrew Israelite. Alright? They show him acting in this irate manner, like he saying that he plotting against, America, wherever the case is, plotting against the nations. Alright? Plotting against the nations. Alright? He plotting against the nations. And, so they go deem us as terrorists. Because even down here in Trinidad, a couple of months back, it had 3 police vehicles that actually, stopped and questioned us. Alright? And what the information that we gathered is that the CGIU, which goes back to CG, I think is like something pertaining to like gang and terrorism, wherever the case is. I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but basically they got a call from high up in the police force. I believe was, if not the police commissioner, was just under the police commissioner, to go and see who these guys are. Alright? So the time coming, they might deem us as terrorists. The scripture says in Revelation 10:1, they're gonna put us in prison. So a little thing like this, little tribulation or offense is not supposed to sway us from the truth, because greater things coming. The scripture said, if thou faint in adversity, thy strength is weak. So things like this supposed to help build us up for the greater tests. Luke 16 verse 23, it says, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So guess what? Just like what they doing unto us, they did unto the prophets back then. They stoned the prophets to death. They sawed them in half. Alright? They burned them. So how much more are they gonna do unto us? So when we see things like that, we are to count it all joy that we suffering for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's sake. So where they think that they speaking evil, they're actually doing us a good. So with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Haraka Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of great mills to not rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Makazasi. Shalom.